Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a wonderful video about life of a priest. I will teach you how to be beautiful and gorgeous at the same time. So to begin, as a healer, what you want to do is heal. Hey guys, it's Saru, and after some time I'm finally releasing this guide. A lot of players have spammed my PSN, Discord, and Twitter, wondering what my setup was and all that jazz, so hopefully this helps. To start off, I'm not saying that this is the most optimal guide or the best priest guide out there. This is just what works for me and lets me heal efficiently at my own pace. There are tons of guides out there, and if this one doesn't work for you, I suggest looking up another one in another section in the interwebs for priest recommendations or dungeons or whatever. It seems a lot of players want to know my own personal rotations, glyphs, and all that, so this is what I work with. Let's start with skills and glyphs. So, my healing circle has only one glyph and it gives more HP, so naturally I would choose it for my teammates. Naturally. Purifying circle is our cleanse, so it only has one glyph and it'll help a lot in end games, especially because you need that cooldown reduction, so this is my drug of choice. On Resurrect, I have 3 glyphs on here: Energetic for less cooldown, Hastened for speed casting, and Hardy for 100% health and NP when you resurrect someone. I don't use the NP reduction as it's not really important for me, but it might be for you, so again, this is just for me. For Heal Thyself, I have Restorative Glyph, cause self-preservation is important. Or so they tell me. Focus Heal has 2 glyphs. The multiplicative for more than 2 players, so you can heal the whole party, honestly. And increased range. And the less aggro glyph is not really anything for me. I really don't care for it, so, I mean, again, up to you. Kai Shield, it's really up to you. Some players use the regenerating glyph, and it's not something I often use. I may later down the line if I have the glyph points, but right now I don't. So this is just my setup right there. Mana charge, all I have is the MP increase when you use the skill, so basically what you do is you'll charge for 25% more MP for your teammates, and it's important for people like warriors and sorks and archers and slayers. Basically all the classes in the game. Triple Nemesis, I just use Enfeebling. Anything else is pointless as a healer. It is very important, and I'm not going to explain what it does because you can just look at it. Restorative Burst, I only have Spirited for MP replenishment, so I just throw it down and recover health for players and MP at the same time. It works for tanks and DPS while you're staying away. Energy Stars, I switch between Lingering and Savage, but most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, I use Savage. Healing Immersion is one of the skills that I prioritize as a healer. A lot of players don't, but I do. It is a saving grace for both myself and the team. I use both glyphs for the 40% cooldown elimination and the increased HP healing for 20%. Backstep is an iffy one. It is your iframe, so it is important at endgame. If you have 2 extra glyph points due to the fact that you have rare glyphs, use it. You'll need it, but it's not really a necessity right now, but the 10% does help sometimes. Grace of Resurrection. It only has 1 glyph, and it's to decrease the cooldown of the skill by 40%, which is extremely important, especially at endgame. So yeah, that's my glyphs. Not really impressive, I'm aware. So my rotations are pretty normal. I've seen a lot of priests that just don't even buff, which is depressing. Very. When the dungeon starts and before you fight a boss, buff everyone. Use your Grace of Resurrection first to kill off some time. Drink your Nostrum. If you're elite, use your Everfull Nostrum. I have it on my dial, as you can see. And buff. Or drink Buff and Grace. It doesn't really matter, just do one of those patterns, please. Any of them. Just drink Buff Grace, buff drink Grace. I don't really care. Just do something. So starting off on a boss, I will use Triple Nemesis on it and Energy Stars right afterwards, and then heal. That's literally it. If the boss doesn't need a debuff mechanic like in Vault of Caprima, for example, I will use my Plague to help with some DPH. Yes, that means damage per hour. While not healing, some bosses may need baiting, so I will do that. I keep my Triple Nemesis up every 12 to 15 seconds, with my Energy Stars every 20 seconds or so, and that's only if I'm not resurrecting or healing players or baiting a boss, so it might take a little bit more than that. I try to make sure that my Triple Nemesis and Energy Stars is up as often as possible. I prioritize my healing immersion since all DPS and tanks are near each other, so it will heal everyone, including myself. That's really the only reason I use it. It's for me. So if I'm nearby, it helps a lot. So that's just it. Heal, debuff, boss, buff with Energy Stars, heal, repeat. I mean, it's literally just it. It's nothing. It's not rocket science. I should also add that you'll be blamed for every wipe. You'll be blamed for every death. You'll be blamed for anything that happens in the dungeon, so just be prepared for that. but I won't get into that. I've seen a lot of players use 3 bars of their skills, but as priests we're so limited on what we can use and what we cannot use that it just really fits everything in 2 bars. That's really all you need. Back in the day we did have a lot more buffs, and so technically you would need more bars to use, but now you don't really need that. So now it's really just easy. This is the bars that I have. I think the skills are self-explanatory, but this is the location that I have the skills placed in. Maybe that would help. I don't know. Anyways, this is my quick dial. Anyway, so gear rolls. Yeah. So my weapon, which is important, I have healing skills, attack speed, and MP regeneration gold stats. I use 3 fine brilliant and 1 fine swift Niviate. Although sometimes I switch between 2 swift and 2 brilliant. I'm fine either way, and it helps with mana regeneration since I overheal like a bitch. My robe. It has focus heal stat and 3 random rolls that I haven't even min-maxed because, I mean, why would I min-max mid-tier? I don't know. I use 3 fine hardy Niviates and 1 brilliantly hardy Niviate, which is just a dyad, which is why I can change my crystals to just speed, since it already regenerates mana on its own. My gloves. I have crit, MP regenerations, and healing skill stats. My boots. I have endurance, because as a priest, you are squishy as f***. MP regeneration, because I have an MP regeneration addiction. Really, I do. And slow in effect decreases by 24%. That'll help you quite a bit, especially if you're in a sticky situation. No pun intended. And the Guile belts for power and HP, because why not? Anywhere, I'll be replacing this tomorrow, so it's whatever. Just ignore this, or don't. I don't know. For my accessories, I have full estate for no reason really, only because I like the set and I have OCD. That's literally the only reason. I use Zucker and Cirques for all of them for max healing. I've also re-rolled their earrings and rings to have healing skills. Not maxed, I might add, but I'm not going to use hundreds of semi-enigmatic scrolls just to min-max mid-tier gear. I mean, that's just insane. And my quick carve brooch, which has crit factor and attack speed for activating it, which is why I recommend adding it to your quick bar or dial. You already saw where it was on my dial, so I mean, that's it. That's how I priest, I guess. I don't know. I know a lot of players were asking me what my own personal rotations were or whatever the case, and a lot of people may argue that my guide isn't the best one or misinformed or whatever. And this is just really how I play my priest, and I hope this helps you guys. Anyways, if this helped in any way, shape, or form, share it around, comment below if you have questions or would like to see me create a video on something else. And put your adorable fingers on that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe for more content. I have more videos for TERA coming up and other games as well. Thank you guys, and as always, till next time, friends.